Big clap.
Okay, so here we are on the Back of the Bus pod. Do you like our setup, our cushion?
I love that we have merch.
We have merch, but only one cushion.
Look amazing.
We can auction that off when the podcast fails. Or we rebrand. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about holidays. That's today's subject. You've been on holiday?
Have I been on a holiday?
At any point in your life?
Thanks for asking. Being from Plymouth, we used to have a lot of weekends, days out, and my earliest memory is going to the River Dart Country Park.
Why is that a Plymouth thing? Plymouth people don't go on holiday.
It's sort of near Totnes, I think. And I remember once sneaking my brother in the boot because we're one parent family, so we were trying to save a bit of money, and we snuck him in. Obviously, these days that would be, social services would get involved, but we put him in the boot to save a bit of money. And I remember there was a lake.
For the whole day, so you're doing a safari. He's in the boot.
Oh yeah, we just let him go. But we used to do lots of days out. We used to go to Paint and Zoo a lot.
How do you choose who goes in the boot? Why were you not in the boot?
It would always be my bro, I think.
Why is your bro go in the boot?
I don't know. He used to dress up as a ninja when he was younger, so I think he just enjoyed an adventure. He was big on.
So for him, that was his day out, to be a ninja going in a boot.
It's just just tell him it's an adventure, and we used to go to Paint and Zoo a lot, and then we would be in the car and we'd say, "Where are we going? It's not Paint and Zoo again, is it?" No. And we get to Paint and Zoo, and then we hear the indicator going off to go right, and we'd be like, "Oh." But we enjoyed that. And I didn't actually have an abroad holiday till I was 21 when I actually went to work abroad. So as a child, we went to caravans and Butlins.
Butlins. You went to Butlins as a child?
I remember very well. I had a hat with "Kiss Me Quick, Squeeze Me Slowly" on it. Do you remember those hats? I think
we're slightly different.
I was probably about 9. It was a different time.
It was a different time. You could have a "Kiss Me Quick" hat.
And I had the hat on, and I was in the restaurant, and the redcoats would be at the restaurant greeting everyone coming in. And I remember going past, and this redcoat went, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What does it say on your hat?" And he went, "Okay, kiss me quick, squeeze me slowly," and he gave me a peck on the cheek, and then he gave me a little cuddle. Obviously,
it was a bit of fun. It was a bit of fun back then, wasn't it?
It was a different time.
Be kissed by a stranger on holiday. Time. When I went to Butlins, and I was a nervous child. I don't like eating in public. Do you like eating in public? I
feel like you're fat shaming me really early on in this podcast.
Well, I used to be sick when I used to eat in public. so I'd be eating the food and then immediately run out and throw up and then come back and eat my dinner. So that's all my parents remember is every meal.
Have you ever spoken to anyone about this, or are you just letting it come out?
I'm okay now. I love eating now. It's fine. But at the time,
how did we get onto food so quick?
If someone offered me their food, it would make me be sick. Because I used to get a fear of egg sandwich fingers.
Oh, just the fingers.
But it's the idea of someone touching my food, and that was known as egg sandwich fingers in my family.
Did you grow up with square sandwiches or triangular sandwiches?
I think in half, triangles in half.
Oh, so you're quite posh then.
Is that posh?
Yeah, I think it's posh to have triangular sandwiches.
I think it's squares. Posh to have your sandwiches cut in general.
Well, fair enough.
What did you have?
I remember one incident where we went strawberry picking. Did you ever go strawberry picking as a child?
That's
Have
posh.
you taken your kids strawberry picking?
I've been strawberry picking as an adult.
Because what happens is you must eat on the way around. That's the rite of passage. You get your money's worth. Yeah. You eat strawberries on the way around. And I remember my friend coming down to my house, and we were sitting on my porch, and I just threw up loads of strawberries all over the porch. And my friend just ran away.
I think the closest we got to that is pick and mix. That's the poorer equivalent. You eat pick and mix on the way around.
Did you pay for the pick and mix?
Yeah, at the end of it. But
Well, I was thinking Woolworths,
Is this holidays?
Shoplifting.
Is this holidays? Talking about Woolworths
We've
already.
moved on to shoplifting and eating disorders really quick. So holidays. I remember going with other families. A friend of my mum's had a caravan in some Mother Ivy's in Cornwall. Have you heard of it?
No.
And me and my friend.
Is that a campsite or one woman's?
There was Mother Ivy Bay.
The original Airbnb.
Mother Ivy's Bay.
Okay.
Mother Ivy's probably got an OnlyFans now. She's probably had to branch out. We went to Mother Ivy's Bay, and on the first day, me and my friend were really excited, ran into the sea and promptly almost drowned, and 2 teenage boys dragged us out. When the waves keep coming over, then you keep getting, you like fall down and then you can't get up again. And we almost drowned on that first day.
I almost died on holiday swimming. We went on holiday when I was a teenager to Hossegor in France, which is it's the surf capital of the world. Apparently, they had the World Surfing Championships was on when I was there, and I can't surf, but I was trying to surf. But it's like learning to drive on an F1 track. I was learning to surf in the middle of the World Surf Championships. So I was basically just laying on the board, just being like a speed bump in the way of all the proper surfers. And then, because I felt like in the way of everyone, I just thought I'll paddle out a bit, get a bit further out, and then I can ride the current back in. When I get in, then I might be able to stand up when I get there. But then I realised I was caught in like a riptide, and I just get dragged further and further out to sea. But then a kayak, this feels like a sad story. Oh, no. A kayaker came to save me, this French guy, and he was like real buff, like with his top off. And he's like, do you want me to help you? And I was like too embarrassed to be rescued that I just said, no, I'm fine. And then I just kept on drifting out to sea.
I'm fine.
Because I thought I'd rather just die than be rescued by this man.
Yeah.
And then he came back again and was like, are you sure? And I was like, no, I need you to help me. And then he towed me in, and I just held onto my board and got dragged into sea in front of everyone. But then I found out that 3 people died that day in that sea. So actually,
that went dark really quick.
It did. Well, I was all right.
How old were you? 25?
I was probably 16. You don't want to be rescued by another man at 16, do you? Well, don't be sad about it. Let's have a bit of fun. People are listening on their commute.
Oh dear. Well, I've already
have a giggle about
told
it.
Stories about being groped by a redcoat and being dragged out of the water by some teenagers.
Well, maybe we need to put this in a podcast in a different section.
Dark turn this. So near-death experiences, eating disorders.
Have you ever nearly died on holiday?
I never nearly died on holiday. I almost choked on a biscuit. I was. This is in my 30s, and I went shopping after work when I lived in London. And
That's
I went
not
to
a holiday.
Asda,
going to Asda's not a holiday.
Well,
Suzy.
it is really, isn't it? Come on, you've got to make the most of everything. So. Okay, do you want to hear about my near-death experience or no?
Well, I think I want to save that for the near-death experience episode. We can do an episode about shopping. We can do an episode about biscuits. Maybe we can
put a shout out to see if we can find the people who saved our lives. Because
mine was a man outside Leighton. He was a French
outside Leighton tube station. He hit me on the back.
Yours was a friend or just a random man?
A random man walking past because I was choking. And the thing was, I was nervous to tell my mother later on. I genuinely thought I was going to die.
So you were an adult woman at this point?
I was an adult woman.
What was the biscuit?
It was like a Marmite digestive.
Marmite digestive?
You either love it or you hate it.
I hate it.
I'd been shopping after work and I hadn't had my tea. So I was walking to the tube station and I'm going to have a biscuit. And it was really dry and it just got clogged in my throat really quick.
Because it was made of Marmite?
Yeah, Marmite digestive. So it was really dry. Yeah. And it was just clogged in my throat and I just couldn't speak or say it, and I was kind of gesturing. I was like pointing, going,
where was she stood? Where was she stood?
Outside Leighton Station in London. And this random man went past and he went, "Did you eat something?" And I was like, "Oh," like this. And then he just whacked me on the back, and then I sort of coughed and it came out. And then the only thing I had in my bag was like some concentrated orange juice squash. So I drank the orange squash concentrated because I was like, "Thank you so much." And then I went home and I phoned my mum.
That's the meal I've ever had.
I said, "Mum, I nearly choked on a biscuit," and I thought she was going to say, "What are you eating biscuits for?" But
so your fear was that you weren't meant to be eating biscuits.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, she's going to tell me off for eating biscuits."
Right. How old are you?
Well, she used to say when I was a child, "Do you really need that biscuit?"
How old are you now?
I was in my 30s.
You're allowed to eat your biscuits in your 30s. I'm
48 now. Yeah, I'm allowed to have biscuits.
So the man asked you to eat something, hit you on the back, and then when the food came out, what did he do?
He
kept walking. Off. That's London. That's London, isn't
That's
it?
London for
They can't stop. Save a life. Carry on. Got to get to work.
That was it. Yeah.
Do you think that's what his job was? Do you think he was like a superhero, but does
maybe
small
no one else
business?
saw him. Maybe he was my guardian angel. Maybe that's what happened.
I think if I was your guardian angel and I saw you choking to death on a Marmite biscuit, I just think I'll just let her go now.
It's your time.
No point saying, this is how she'd want to go.
No, I'd be so embarrassed dying like that because there was the rumour about the woman from the Mamas and the Papas choking on a ham sandwich, and it's probably not even true, but now she's just remembered for that.
I didn't know that.
She sang California Dreamin'.
I know that song.
Yeah.
But I know the famous song. I just didn't know
Google it,
how she...
Mama Cass ham sandwich, that's what comes up.
She choked on ham sandwich.
Yeah, Suzy Bennett, Marmite digestive.
I mean, the most the unbelievable part of that story is a Marmite digestive existed.
Because you'd have it with a bit of cheese, but I just couldn't wait till I got home.
No, you just stuff it down and
You'd put
wash
a
it down
bit of
with
butter on it to smooth the way.
some undiluted squash.
Anyway, holidays.
So what's your idea of like a good holiday?
I actually had one this year. I went to Fiji. I don't want to brag, but I went to Fiji, and we had a choice between staying in a posh hotel or this resort that was very basic.
You can't have a basic resort on Fiji. At the end of the day, you're in Fiji.
It was just like a few fans and a few flowers dotted around, and our own little ensuite, and we come out the door and there was the sea and there was a hammock. Really basic. No, it was really, really cheap for what it was.
It can't be cheap, is it?
But it was very full of character, it wasn't posh. It was just sort of a wooden sort of bungalow on the beach. We had like a mosquito net, so it was all very...
Yeah. You're trying to make it sound like you're slumming it, but...
Yeah, and they had a bar, and it was just...
Did it have a swim-up bar?
No, but they had 2 swimming pools. But it was... I'm trying to make... Right, I genuinely, it was basic, and there was a lady doing hair weaves and all that. And I said to my husband, do you want cornrows in your beard? Go on, just for a laugh. It was basic but brilliant, and the people were really nice, and we all had flowers in our hair because everyone wears flowers in their ear. And if you have it on the left, it means you're single, and if you have it on the right, it means you're married or taken. So we were to wear our little flowers.
Was everyone in Fiji wears a flower?
Yeah, everyone wears a flower.
So you wear a flower on the left,
and then we went to the cultural nighttime tour, and we had to drink this weird stuff that makes you hallucinate. What's it called?
Is it ayahuasca?
Hallucinate. It was called. I forgot what it was called.
Is that what it's called?
It was like a muddy water.
Lovely.
And
have it with a Marmite digestive.
All these people were that would have made it go down nice. Can't remember what it was called. I'll remember it in a minute. But
what did you hallucinate?
I didn't hallucinate because I only had the one. But they picked my husband as the chief because they pick people out. Obviously, he's a large man with a beard, so he always gets picked out. Yeah, he was the chief. And then I was Mrs. Chief, so they made us sit in chairs and do this ritual of drinking this stuff.
I think this was a hallucination.
Carver! That's what it was called. Sorry, I didn't mean to shout that. It's called Carver.
Carver
with a K. Producer
Carver's
Ben just Googled
like
it.
Cheap.
No, it was.
Cheap
No, that's what I thought when they said that we traditionally drink Carver. I was like, what, they're going to Asda's and getting the old bottle of Spumante.
It was called Bucks Fizz.
But it was like muddy water.
It tastes like tropical orange.
And bless them, the people who worked there, we'd go around the village tour, and there would be a man making pottery out of bamboo, and then there would be someone doing something else traditional, and they'd swap roles, and then the same people came out and did like a fire dance, and then the same people come out serving our drinks. So they were all like,
they
job sharing.
They did all of it.
Yeah.
Of Fiji.
And the man, we had to go and see the chief in his little hut. And they
what your chief is your chief?
Not
is your
my chief,
husband
but
now
the
in the
actual
hut?
chief.
The actual chief.
But they were actually just BTEC actors who are just hired for they don't actually live like that in real life.
So it's just a fake chief.
It was fake village. But it was really good though. Anyway, I've gone off on one. Let's talk about holidays.
I think that's going to be a lot of this podcast. Is you going off on one, me trying to rein you back in.
The thing is about holidays,
so you've gone again. There we go.
Haven't
just
had that many sort of holidays. What?
Yeah. What?
I'd never done a package holiday until I went to work for a package holiday company.
Well, that's what I said about a swim-up bar. I think that's my...
I don't trust them because people who suspiciously sit there for a long time and don't get out for a wee.
They're weeing in the bar.
I find that really upsetting.
But that's one of the best parts about it.
Oh, no.
I just love that would never have happened if in England... The swim-up bar would never have been invented in England. No, we couldn't have it in this country.
It's really upsetting.
What's upsetting? The weeing in the toilet?
Yeah.
The weeing in the pool.
Now I'm going to sound posh, but we had a swimming pool in our primary school, that was built by the parents and the teachers. They actually built it, and in the summer they would open it up for us to go in the summer holidays, and we would pay like 10p to go and use the pool. And then you always knew it was nearly time to go back to school because the pool would be green. It would go like a really murky green, and it'd be like, oh, it's nearly time to go back because
I'd never wee in a pool because there's always that rumour that there's that stuff in it that when you wee it changes colour.
Yeah.
So that was what happened.
That's just an urban legend.
Is it? Well, it does go green, but it takes a lot of wee to turn it green.
Well, it depends how hydrated you are, because sometimes I like to sneak a wee out in the showers at the Lido, but they're communal showers, so I don't do it when I've taken Barocca that morning.
So you
We've moved on to weeing
You'd
now.
wee in a communal shower, but not in a
but only if no one
public
else is
swimming pool.
around. I'd
So
just
that if
sneak
you're going to
one
wee
out.
publicly,
Look, I'm a woman of a certain age. Sometimes the water will just trigger it.
just the sound of water
Yeah,
or the sight of water.
just the feel of it and the. Anyway, well, I was in Panto in December, and I
There
was
you
a
go.
baddie. I was a
on a-
baddie, and someone like hissed
It's
when I
not the
walked
Panto
on.
episode.
You know when they go boo and hiss, and someone went, "Tss," and I went, "Oh, don't do that! It'll trigger my bladder."
Yeah. But you famously wear
Famously,
on stage you talk about you wear a tenner lady to the cinema, a big one, big maxi tenner lady,
big
does a whole
maxi.
wee.
I never said the word maxi in my life, but thanks.
Well, to be honest, I don't mix in the world of tenner
the
ladies.
thing is, Thomas,
Is that not for the pod?
let's do that on the weeing section in the.
Well, you brought this up.
I don't famously wear a ten lady. I do a little bit about it.
That's true.
You know,
Is that an edit point?
yeah, maybe. If I say a few swear words there, then you have to cut it out. Or say something really offensive, and then you have to cut it out.
You were a tenner lady, aren't you?
Aye. Oh, shut up. Hey, oh, I never say that word. Tom, I know you do a bit of material about holidays in your stand-up. What's the most memorable holiday you've been on?
That's it, like the way you asked that.
Just
It was too formal. That was like I'm being
question
interviewed.
that's just occurred to me.
No, it wasn't. It was like, yeah.
So, Tom,
you're interviewing.
Thomas Glover. Thomas? I always have the urge to go, Thomas?
That
like
was a
Tom and
local
Jerry.
TV reporter who's been
Okay.
told a question to ask.
So I'm
casual,
here with
relaxed.
Thomas Glover from Axminster. News just in. So, Tom,
Don't look at your nails. That doesn't look casual, does it? Looking at your nails. That is someone acting that they got to ask a question. Try again. Ask the question
Say
naturally
try
as a
again.
friend.
he's bullying me now. Bullying. As a friend, Tom. Now I feel under pressure. Right.
Just two friends
gone
on a
red.
sofa. There's
Two
no
friends on
producers
a
here. There's no
sofa.
lights.
So, have you ever worked for a holiday company or worked in the holiday business or anything like that? Or have you always been the consumer?
I think most people have generally been a consumer. You're the holiday worker.
Because I always think in this line of work, you kind of, because I worked in tourist attractions and holiday. I mean, I used to get people, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I used to get people writing me letters and saying that I made their holiday and all that stuff like that.
Because you was a red coat.
I was a red coat, and then I was an entertainer for Thompson Holidays abroad.
So when do you go straight in as red coat?
Yes, I did actually.
Don't you have to work up to it like a belt system?
There
There
was a bit of it was like prison actually in many ways, because there was a hierarchy. Like all the bar staff hated the red coats, and the like waiting staff hated the bar staff, and it was all.
But surely red coat's top of the
this
tree,
thing.
right?
Yeah, we would like walk into the canteen. It was like West Side Story. Like
How do you
clicking our
qualify
fingers,
to be
like,
how do you get to be a red
You
coat?
just got to be amazing. It's got to be awesome. I had to do an audition at Ritzy's in Plymouth.
what
Ritzy's?
did you have to do for an audition?
I did a Victoria Wood sketch, and we had to do a little dance and all that business. And then I was in my local paper. There was a big picture of me, and it was really embarrassing. But it wasn't all it was cracked up
That
to
shows in Plymouth. This is in
be.
Plymouth.
Yeah. They did
That
like
made
a big
the local
national
newspaper.
recruitment drive. Yeah, and
You
it
became a red
made the
coat.
paper. Me being a red coat.
Is it slow news week? Or?
It was, yeah, thanks. I think someone from Plymouth Argo would quit, so I would have been on the front page if that hadn't happened. But people said I made their holidays memorable, and it's true of the staff, because do you remember any of the red coats and any of
Yeah, I
when
do
you were a
actually.
child?
The people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There was a guy called Bob Marley on our last holiday.
Bob Marley.
He called himself Bob Marley, which is up to him. As
Was
two
he a
as two
singer, or
white
did he
people, I
just-
don't know. No,
Was he a
didn't
singer?
sing.
He just called himself Bob Marley.
He just wore a Bob Marley t-shirt and called
oh,
himself Bob
I
Marley.
see. Called himself Bob Marley.
And
Did he work there, or was he on
yeah,
some
he
kind
worked
of
there.
scheme?
He did the aqua aerobics.
Oh, I used to do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I was already good. I used to do the funny aqua aerobics, and I used to jump in the pool at the end and force holiday makers to lift me up in the lift of Dirty Dancing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's video footage of that somewhere where I look like Shamu, because you know the whale.
Who is Shamu? Who's
The
Shamu?
whale. Shamu's the whale, because I had like an
The
all-in-one,
whale. There's more than one whale.
black. The famous whale from the documentary
There's never
about
been a-
how terrible
The
SeaWorld
only
is.
whale I know is Willy, Free Willy.
Oh,
Who's
anyway.
Shamu?
Shamu is, there was a famous whale that was in SeaWorld, and they did a documentary about how terrible SeaWorld is. I think he might have killed a trainer. Anyway,
Okay.
Right. So, Tom, obviously you... Oh, my God.
Just talk naturally.
I've been trying to talk about Shamu. Oh, are they? Oh, is it like?
So like Doctor Who.
Is it like Trigger's
One
broom? They got
one Shamu dies and a new Shamu is appointed, like the Pope.
It's like when someone's budgie dies and they replace it with another one and pretend it's the same one. Maybe
So,
there's been so
just
many
flushed a whale
Shamus.
down the toilet. It all ends up in the sea.
So, Tom, you obviously you've been I feel like you've been on more holidays than I have. I feel like
have you ever spoken to another human being before? Because I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to move on the podcast along.
Ben, producer Ben, can we Google government guidelines of bullying in the workplace? I was just wondering, Tom. Just wondering what your most memorable holiday was or is.
Well, it's probably the one I told you about where I almost died, because when you do almost die on a holiday, that is quite memorable.
Way.
That is, I struggle to remember my holidays now because I go on holidays with kids.
Let's try and do a bit of regression and let's replace that bad memory with a good memory. Come on, Tom.
Okay, well, I once went on holidays to the Isle of Wight and I won the, it was called the Master Pines competition, which looking back, it was basically the sexiest child competition is what I think it was.
Oh dear.
Do you know you have like Mr. Butlins or whatever? And then
they're back in the day. I mean, the old Heidi High programs used to have the knobbly knees competitions and all that.
Nah, my dad won Mr. Southly, which he had to like go on stage in his underwear and like do like muscle man poses. And they voted for like the sexiest.
Was he wearing like budgie smugglers?
Yeah, because that's dad. But we did one for children where you had to go on and just like dress as like a really smart child, like at a wedding with like a waistcoat on. I had a waistcoat on, and you just had to like go on.
Did you have to do knee slides?
No, you could have done that. That wasn't like outlawed, but I didn't do one.
Ooh.
And then they'd like, ask you questions about what you liked about your holiday, and then I won it, and I won a free holiday. The nicest boy award.
That's really nicest boy.
Nicest boy, yeah.
Oh, and you're still a nice boy, Tom Glover.
Well, that was early.
Nice.
That was early scouting by the Isle of Wight holiday parks. That you grow up to be a nice boy who just bullies a friend on a podcast. What's your most memorable holiday?
Where was your free holiday?
Yeah.
I won a holiday at the place I was on holiday. So that you're on holiday, and then if you win the nicest boy award,
was there a
get to go on
catch
holiday.
to your holiday though? Was it free or did you have to like?
No, I think the catch is you go like on the last week of the season when like there's no one else there.
Yeah.
And it's like raining.
Oh, I won a holiday once. When I won Funny Women Award, the holiday was in Greece at a posh hotel.
That's a good prize.
And I took my mum with me, and we went there in November, so it was off season, and there was a lot of businessmen at this hotel. It was like a boutique hotel. People were sat there with their laptops, and we were marching through reception in our Matalan swimwear, with our garish towels, and it was one of those.
Were you allowed to eat biscuits? Or did your mum not?
Well, they did have snacks, but it was posh snacks. So we would be sat by the pool, and the waiter would just bring a bowl of olives for no reason, and snacks. And then one time I was wearing a little tiny bikini top, and when you're trying to get a full tan but you don't want to quite expose yourself, so I was like pulling my bikini top down as much as I could so I could get a tan.
I've never been on holiday when I'm trying to not expose my breasts.
But I basically woke up with a boob popped out and a bowl of olives next to me, so I don't know what happened first.
Is there more to that story? So
which came first, the olives or the boob?
So you'd pulled your bikini top down a bit, fallen asleep, and then woken up.
I woke up, there's a bowl of
and
olives.
And your boob had been exposed.
My boob was out.
But to sort of keep you quiet, they'd given you a bowl of olives. As long as she's got the olives to distract her, she'll be fine. And where's your mum there?
Yeah, my mum was there.
Did she shout at you for this?
No, she was living her best life.
What was she doing when your boob was out?
She was sleeping herself, I think.
Oh, okay.
She didn't get her boobs out.
No. I don't think I'd want to be on a holiday
and
when my mum's got her boobs out, to be honest. If my mum's got her boobs out, that's not a holiday for me.
That was another thing. When I worked for a holiday company, we'd have to walk around the pool and talk to the holiday makers, and there would be like people with their boobs out, and you'd have to like try not to look and stuff. And they'd just be sitting there.
We don't know the etiquette for that because you're English.
And then you would get the fit dads, where there was fit dads as well. Because I was only 21 at the time, and there would be fit dads, and we would play water polo. So we would jump in the pool with them and play with them. Play the game with them.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like if a fit dad had got hold of the ball, we would sort of like jump on him to try and wrestle the ball out of him. And there was another boob popping out incident during water polo
Right.
once because the children
Did you work here for very long? Or?
the children's reps were on the sside doing cheerleading and they were all shouting like Suzy, and I was like holding onto this ball, wrestling with the fit dad. I think he was a fireman, and and my boob had come out again. Oh, it happened a lot.
Do you have any other anecdotes for you?
Where there's no boobs,
boob coming
no
out?
boobs coming out. I remember one time in Tenerife, I was working at a family hotel in Tenerife, and on our afternoons off, we'd go to the beach, and I found a nice little secluded area that was near the hotel, but just away enough that the holidaymakers wouldn't be there. And we would all go topless back then. And I was sitting on the beach, and then I'd walk into the water, and I'd just have my bikini bottoms on, walking around, enjoying the sun. And then I came back to the hotel that evening. There was a family sitting there all grinning at me. And the dad said, "Did you have a nice afternoon?" And I said, "Yeah." And he went, We saw you. We were stood at the wall watching you." And I was like, oh my God.
That's not fine.
Horrific, isn't it?
It's not right to say that with you. It's not.
I know.
It's not a
And he was
family
there with his
activity, is
kids,
it?
and he was like,
It's not something you take the kids to do. Let's go and
watched
find
me.
spot the holiday reps with their boobs out as a family.
Oh,
Is this an all-inclusive hotel that you worked at?
yeah.
Do you get to eat?
Oh yeah, we used to get involved, and
You're allowed to just join in with the food.
join in with the food.
I mean, I'd happily do that job just for the food.
It was great, but we would work it off because we were running around a lot doing aqua aerobics and all that business.
Yeah.
And I remember in one hotel in Tenerife, when they have a mixer of Coca-Cola and it's in the mixer tap, I don't know what when there's too much syrup in it, so it's really, really sweet, it would make us high as a kite. So we would go on stage and we'd be like, "Oh, let's have a pint of this Coke," and then we would be like,
So
"Woo!"
you're all taking cake before you went on stage, but this is literally just
Coca-Cola,
Coca-Cola.
actual Coca-Cola, but
Yeah.
it was just so sweet. Yeah, I had a great time in Tenerife.
Right. So you're like a holiday rep who's getting all the stuff involved. I do the water polo when I go on holiday.
Yeah.
I get involved with the
Do
activities.
you feel sorry for the reps if no one's come to their activities?
Well, I think as a stand-up, I always try and be a good audience.
Yeah, I bet you're always the dad that wins the prizes, aren't you? I bet you're like the popular dad. Everyone knows your name by the end of the holiday.
No, I don't know if I am, because I'm a competitive dad.
Yeah.
So if I'm playing water polo, I want to win it.
Yeah.
But I'm not there to make friends. if I'm getting it, I want to be the best dad in the pool. But if that means drowning someone else's child to get the point, if they're not up to serving, then
there were certain
move them
things
on.
we didn't like doing, so we did daytime activities, and there were things like we'd have to do a darts competition, and the quizzes were fun. I didn't mind doing the quizzes, but there were things like French bowls and
boring.
line dancing, and we would sort of have to announce.
Who's going on holiday to Greece to go line dancing?
I know. Well, we would have to announce the activities, but sometimes we would just like secretly not announce them and just hope no one came. Or we'd just be like, "You want to go? You don't have to come. Don't worry about coming." And then you'd be sat there looking at your watch, and you'd be like, 1 minute after the activity, you would be like, "Right, no one's come," and then we'd go and have a break. And then sometimes you get one person who's really keen rock up, and we're like, "Oh well, no one else is here," and you try and say, "Oh, no one else is coming." They go, "Oh, I don't mind being on my own." It's like, oh.
I like a pool competition, like like the mini snooker.
Oh yeah,
pool competition.
Yeah, I hated all that. I hated darts as well because we'd have to do adding up, but there was always a keen person who was really good at.
There's always going to be a lot of northern dads there as well.
To do it.
One of those, a lot of northern dads.
Always someone who
but they'll
takes
probably be
over.
at the swim up bar.
Ugh, weeing.
You're really anti the swim up. That's like the best bit of a holiday for me. I don't even drink that much, but the idea of having a drink whilst you're in a swimming pool.
I did that in Iceland last year. We went to the Blue Lagoon, and you can have beer. You can like float about with beer. And
but that's what swim up bar is.
We were proper Brits abroad, and we did Amarillo and did a conga, and everyone else is just like laying about relaxing, and we're like, "Is this the way to Amarillo doing a conga?" Brilliant.
This is one of the best bits of the holiday, right? When you land, when it's raining in England, that's good. You leave and it's raining, you get there and you get off the plane, and then you have that like hot air in your face.
You like a bit of hot air in your face?
I love a bit of hot air in my face.
That's in a whole nother podcast.
And there's nothing. One of the best feelings on holiday is when you're on holiday and it's really hot and sunny, and back home it's raining.
Yeah.
Or if you're home and it's really sunny, if you're at home and it's sunny and someone else has gone on holiday and it's raining where they are, that's fun, isn't it?
It rained on the first day of my honeymoon. It was absolutely.
It rained on your wedding.
On my wedding day.
Very bad.
And it rained on the first day of the honeymoon, and I thought I was cursed, but it actually cleared up for the evening, so that was okay. But we went to a posh hotel, and it was the first time I'd been on the other side of it, because obviously I used to work in a posh hotel, and the thing I get really like embarrassed by the whole cringy greeting people at the restaurant thing and being all like, so when you're to your seat, I just find it really like,
What, when
I
they're
don't really
doing it
like
to
being
you?
pampered.
Or when-
Yeah, and then there's the ladies from the spa hanging around, and they knew after day 2 that we weren't going to be spa people, so they stopped being
Is this
nice
in
to us.
Fiji? Is this when you're
This
slumming
was
it in
in
Fiji?
Rhodes in Greece.
Oh, no,
So
it's
they're
not.
hanging around. They're like, "Hello, you want information about the spa?" And
Tell you
we're
don't
like,
have kids
"No."
because all your holidays like Fiji and there's a spa. Like my holidays are just me doing my normal life, but further away from home in 30-degree heat.
Yeah.
It's not a holiday. It's
You
I
have
have to come
sausage and
home.
chips
Getting
every
home
day.
is a holiday when I go back to school.
Yeah. And that foreign muck.
They're eating. They don't eat the food at home in England, and now they got to eat like a frickin' Dellen in
Yeah. I
a schnitzel.
my husband bought a pair of beige coloured chino type trousers, and he had this top that was like a collarless blue thing, and he was really pleased with himself in his holiday clothes, and he went downstairs and he looked like the men who worked in the spa. So he looked like, and I took a picture of him, and then I kept saying, "You want informations about the spa?"
It feels like
So
your husband
became a
likes to
thing.
do a bit. He was the chief on one holiday,
he is
and
the
then he
chief,
worked
yeah.
in the spa on the next
Day
holiday.
one,
He's like Mr. Ben. Is that? Oh,
that's going back a bit.
yeah. We need a modern reference for
He
Mr. Ben.
he did.
What's a modern reference for Mr. Ben? Someone who wears
Mr.
lots
Tumble?
of outfits. Oh, it's
No,
Miss.
does Mr.
It's Miss
Tumble-
Rabbit on Peppa Pig.
Oh, well, I don't know about
She does
this.
lots of jobs.
I'm not in this culture.
Yeah.
I watch.
Yeah, I don't wanna be.
I watch true crime documentaries. I don't watch Bluey, whatever the hell that is.
Bluey's. I won't have any
used to
Bluey
be a
slander.
name
You
for
could
something
watch
different,
Bluey.
didn't it?
Well, no,
I bet you've seen some Blueys before you had kids. Hey.
no, I watch. Way.
That's a hilarious misunderstanding
It
waiting
is
to
true,
happen,
actually.
isn't it?
That
Going out for a
Bluey
Bluey.
used to mean like
Yeah, it
a
did.
porno, and
It's
now
like-
it's like a lovely little heartwarming
Yeah.
cartoon about a dog.
There was a film called Frozen, which was about people
Yeah, I've heard
stuck
of that.
on a. No,
Yeah, I've seen it 1 million times. Yeah.
There was people who were stuck on a cable ski lift. People stuck on a ski lift and basically freezing to death and getting eaten by wolves. And
On
it
a
was
ski
called
lift. How
Frozen.
did a wolf get off a ski lift?
Well, they jumped off, didn't they? Because they were
Right.
going to die. And then they, would you rather freeze to death on a ski lift or get eaten by wolves?
Good question.
Trying to
That is a good
escape.
question for a podcast. Would you rather get freeze to death on a ski lift or eaten by
or
wolves?
jump down, try to escape, but get eaten by wolves?
So is it?
Anyway, spoiler
you
alert.
definitely die if you're on the ski
But
lift.
it was called Frozen, so
Is that a true story?
it's
Based on
actually
true
called
story?
Frozen. Yeah, no, it's a film.
So,
Yeah.
so
Eaten-
would you
eaten
be?
by wolves?
Would you be the first to
Uh,
jump? Depends who the friends are.
I like
really,
cold
doesn't it?
water swimming, so I'd probably be able to take it for a bit longer. Sitting there getting cold.
Yeah, it's more the
Cold.
company I reckon that you're on
Yeah.
there with. I'd fancy my chances to. I'd
Jump
just get
down.
off. I'd get off early. I
Would
think.
you just get off?
How
But you
far-
might break
how
your
far
legs.
down was
Jump
it?
down and break your legs.
How
That's
far
why
down?
they got eaten by wolves. Spoiler
'Cause
alert.
their legs break.
Their legs break.
Jump off, legs break, eaten by
Yeah,
wolves. That's quite similar to the Disney film, actually. Elsa and Anna get stuck on a ski lift. They jump off, get eaten by Sven.
Have you heard the conspiracy theory around Frozen?
No.
The reason that Disney created the film Frozen is apparently because there was so much rumor mill on the internet about Walt Disney being frozen that they
Oh.
populate Google with something that would come up if you Google Frozen, and now it's barely there that he's
Oh, really?
frozen.
I think the conspiracy theorists should just let it go.
Nice. Oh, is that what this podcast is going to be?
What's your favourite Disney film,
that-
Tom? What's your favourite Disney film?
Yeah, not for today.
All right.
Holidays. we're on topic.
So-
Loose topic of holidays.
So, can you eat in public now, Tom? Is everything all right to eat in public now? Yeah.
I have a bad gag reflex. Going back to Bluey's.
Being from Plymouth. No.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, I used to be sick a lot as a child.
We're taking like paracetamol.
Again, like not good as a kid.
Yeah.
I've really overcome this.
You've overcome it.
Yeah, I'm a success story.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you can't swallow,
Pop it in a bit of pizza and just put it in your mouth, isn't it? Like they
No,
do
I
with
could
dogs.
I could swallow a
Dog's pill.
paracetamol dry.
Oh.
I don't mean to boast.
Do you have a caplet?
What's the biggest thing you could swallow?
Do you?
What's the biggest thing?
that I can swallow
What's the biggest thing
dry.
you can swallow whole? Dry.
Dry. Not
Not a Marmite
Not
digestive.
a Marmite digestive.
No.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. I have got these vitamin C tablets that are pretty massive.
Yeah, but you need to give it a reference that people can.
Yeah.
A grape? Could you swallow a
So
whole grape?
when you say you can swallow a paracetamol whole, is it a caplet with the shiny coating?
I could do either.
Or is it the chalky one?
I mean, I would
Is
use
it a round
water out of
chalky
choice.
one, or is it an oval-shaped caplet?
I could do any. I mean, I'm not sure this is as big a brag as I think it is.
Double dropped the paracetamol dry.
Could you swallow a whole grape?
A whole grape? Oh, that's dangerous. That is. As a father, you know that you have to cut it
chop 'em up.
lengthways.
Yeah. Right. So obviously, I'm a parent. The goal or holiday when you're a kid is going to Disneyland. Did you ever get to Disneyland?
Not as a child. No.
You've been as an adult.
I have been as an adult. I
With any kids?
No, I was with my boyfriend, and we were.
That is
in
so
our
many
30s.
people without kids do that.
Yeah,
I
but
couldn't think
I
of
wasn't
anything
one. I
worse.
didn't put on Mickey Mouse ears. I'm not one of them nutters.
Yeah, but it must be full of kids.
Yes, but
that's the last place I want to go if I'm without my children.
In LA. We were in California. We went to the California Adventures Disney.
That's not the same, is it?
I just wanted to go on the Dumbo ride. That was my thing. I love Dumbo. But we also went to Universal Studios, which I enjoyed much more. So I'm more of a Universal Studios than a Disney.
I've been to Euro Disney in France, which is basically the same as America, but like Mickey Mouse is smoking.
What, like he's really good? Like he's hot?
Yeah. No, we went on like a really bad school trip where we like left I don't know 6 a.m, and then you were just on the coach, drove to Calais, got the ferry over. I mean, it's basically about 36 hours of traveling each way for about 4 hours at Euro Disney.
I never got to go to Euro Disney at school. We went to the local farm and had to see our teacher in jeans. That's basically my childhood school trip.
My nephew went on a school trip, and his school trip was to Morrison's Bakery.
Oh, I remember my mum made me eat a boiled egg. Could you do a boiled egg whole, Tom? Dry.
Well, they're quite smooth,
you know who carries
aren't they?
boiled eggs as a snack? Columbo.
Does he?
Columbo, he carries a boiled egg in
How
his
have we got
pocket
onto
as
this?
a snack.
How have you
All
turned
roads
into
lead back to Columbo. That is my special skill.
That's a smelly snack to have as a detective, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but exactly. My mum made me a boiled egg, and I was very unpopular on the bus.
You can't eat a boiled egg on a bus.
But because I farted and then I ate a boiled egg. No, when I was working for the holiday company, I used to write my own quizzes, so I had to do quizzes.
Look like you've done
pool.
5 stories in 1 second. So Columbo, you've gone from Columbo, add an egg as a snack, to you ate an egg on a bus and farted, and then you wrote a quiz.
Yeah, but I was going to go on about the Columbo bit, and then I went off, and then I come back to Columbo. So it was leading somewhere.
Is the quiz about Columbo or eggs?
Yes, it is.
Because
what I was going to say is my special skill is that I can make any subject lead back to Columbo, because I used to do my quizzes, and when I did the welcome meetings,
quizzes. That's not afraid. What do you mean? I used to do. You sound like a little old lady who watches Tipping Point and The Chase every day.
Bullying me again.
I used to do my quizzes.
I do watch Tipping Point, actually.
I've been on Tipping Point, but that's for another episode.
I love a kamikaze drop.
What's
right? So when I worked,
which story are we going to go? Are we going to do Columbo and his egg? You having an egg on a bus, or you doing your quizzes? Which one are we doing? We have to do one at a time.
Right.
Columbo and the egg.
When I stopped talking about eggs. When I used to work for a holiday company.
Not another story. Is this the quiz one?
It's a quiz story.
Right, okay, do the quizzes. Okay.
Oh.
Right. When you used to work for a holiday company.
And I used to tell everyone in the welcome meeting, I used to have to introduce myself and say, I'm Suzy, I'm your entertainer. I love Columbo. If you want to come
when you were 21?
I was actually 41 at this point.
Right, okay.
Because do you remember I went to work at Corfu, didn't I? I went and did it as an adult. I just went and had a little fun.
You were still wrestling the dads?
Yeah, I did do the dirty dancing. That's when I did the dirty dancing.
But you didn't wrestle the dad in the water polo?
Wrestle the dad. Well, he wrestled me. He did the dirty dancing lift.
Right,
That's another story. But, I was quite buoyant because I was in the water, so it was fine. I didn't get done for insurance. His back was okay. But I launched myself at him like Shamu.
Back to the quizzes.
All right.
We've done Shamu. I didn't know we'd have to do Shamu twice in the holiday podcast.
So, right, it's not even funny anymore. Let's go. No, I would shoehorn Columbo into all of my quizzes. So I would do categories. So name a category in a quiz.
Sport.
Right. Which episode of Columbo did the guy who played Al from Quantum Leap? He was a football coach and he murdered someone in the pool. So I would say, right, which and also there was one.
You haven't answered that one yet. You haven't asked that question yet. Which episode?
Would you call bullfighting a sport?
What on earth has that got to do with Columbo?
Because
I'd say it is a sport. I don't like it as a sport.
There was an episode called A Matter of Honor where the bullfighter kills another bullfighter.
Right.
By anyway.
And so someone has to answer this quiz on their holiday.
Yes,
today. So they've gone on holiday with their family.
Yes.
I thought, a nice quiz we can do by the pool.
Quiz.
A Columbo themed quiz.
Yeah, I would just shoehorn it in there. It wasn't all Columbo. It was just one in each category would be secretly Columbo.
Okay,
but I would give them a fighting chance because I would do the questions so it was quite obvious.
Yeah, like with the bullfighting episode. Yeah, we all remember that from Columbo.
If there was a famous people, I'd say which British comedian was a murderer in Columbo in the episode. I can't remember what it was called now, but he was anyway, Billy Connolly.
Okay, so Billy Connolly was in Columbo.
Let's move on. Anyway.
Right, okay. And did you ever ask the question, what did Columbo eat as a snack?
Because I did a food and drink section.
Yeah. And that was boiled egg?
It would be boiled egg or chili. He used to like chili and crackers and a boiled egg.
He's a smelly boy, isn't he, Columbo?
Yeah. And then there was one about Donald Pleasance, and he was a wine merchant, and there was one where he figured out about the murder by the bottle of wine had gone off and it had been left in the cellar, and he turned the oxygen off, and that's how he did the anyway.
What's that one got
holidays
to do? What's that got to do with the egg and the chili? Don't know.
It's just another category.
And then so we've done Columbo, and then you had an egg on a bus.
Yeah, my mum made an egg.
Yeah,
and
it's not.
In my
I do
packed
like
lunch,
an egg
in my packed lunch, so I stunk out the whole place.
And this is all from Can I Swallow a Whole Egg?
Can you swallow an egg dry?
And you didn't listen to the answer.
Would you dare? No, I didn't. Did I? Sorry about that. I was thinking about Columbo.
No, I reckon I could swallow a soft boiled egg whole.
Oof.
Probably better than a grape because they're very smooth. It would be painful.
Yeah,
I think. I've never done anything bigger than a paracetamol. But people, if you're smuggling like,
haven't done anything big.
if you're smuggling drugs into somewhere, then you have to swallow it in a condom, don't you?
Yeah, or a Kinder Egg.
In a Kinder Egg.
Yeah, it was in Adam Kay's book about a woman who was proposing to her boyfriend by putting the ring in a Kinder Egg and putting it in a intimate area, and got stuck, so they had to go and get it removed, and he had to pull it out, and the woman still proposed, and he pulled it out, and the ring was in.
So where was the husband?
He was at her bedside holding her hand while it was extracted.
Yeah, but where was he going? Where was she going to propose to him?
In the bedroom, I'm guessing, because the Kinder Egg was in.
So she was turned herself into a Kinder Egg.
Yeah. Yes, little surprise.
So he was thinking we're going to have sex.
Yeah.
And then he goes to have sex, and then he's got a little Kinder Egg pot inside.
Get it out.
And then he has to construct a little toy in it as a wedding ring.
Well, no, it was just a ring in the Kinder Egg.
Oh. Let's keep it clean. Come on. It's
upsetting.
Pop it out.
Have you been to Benidorm?
No, that is proper Brits abroad, isn't it? Have you been?
I went in January for a week.
Have you ever? Is there someone you haven't been?
France, actually. Funnily enough, yeah. Bonjour, monsieur. Je m'appelle. So,
it's Benidorm, remember?
Benidorm.
Yeah.
My friend worked for a holiday company and got us a really cheap deal, so we went in January just for a week, all-inclusive 3-star hotel, and I was amazed by the amount of mobility scooters. It was like Hell's Angels on the seafront.
Apparently that's what Disney World is like.
And they had triple ones and tandem ones, so couples would be on a mobility scooter with 2 seats, and then now and again you'd see someone sitting there abandoned because it'd run out of electric. So they would just be there would be like an old lady sat in the back seat, just abandoned because they'd run out of power.
And so the other person just left.
Yeah, they'd have to get up and go and try and get someone to help them.
So is it like a mobility scooter AA in Benidorm?
Yeah, and some of the comedians there. There was a few clubs, and there was a lot of people you wouldn't necessarily see on the circuit.
What's the worst entertainment you saw in Benidorm?
Well, I did see Sticky Vicky's daughter So she's passed on the torch, as it
I
were.
think you need to explain what a Sticky Vicky is.
Sticky Vicky is a legendary lady. She's no longer with us, bless her, but her daughter has, she's passed on the torch externally to...
I don't actually really know what a Sticky Vicky
is a specialist act that... a magic act, if you will. She pulls things out of her intimate area,
right,
and presents them on stage in a...
Well, like a series
look
of
what
things.
I got out. Fairy lights and stuff. And
well, it's all in there.
yeah, it's all in there. But she does go behind a little plinth sometimes, so it could be a little bit of trick of the eye.
Trick of the eye.
But she's dead famous. She's really famous. She actually appeared in Benidorm, the TV show. But
was she ever in an episode of Columbo?
No, unfortunately not. That would be upsetting. But now her daughter does it now.
That would be a good crime if someone murdered someone and they took the murder implement out of their area.
Of their area.
Yeah. You never got to witness that, but there was a big break there while Suzy kicked black coffee all over the floor and then made it worse. Just kept making it worse. So we're out of the loop now. We've lost our rhythm, but we're going to try and get back into it, Suze.
Blaming me for losing our rhythm.
Yeah.
Just because I put soap on the stain. And
you put soap on the stain because you're supposed to put white wine on red wine, but turns out black coffee don't just pour loads of fairy liquid on it and scrub it with paper towels that just break into it.
Disintegrated. Now there's like little white bits on there.
So you worked at Holiday Rat. Did you do the kids club? I
did not. Thankfully I did do party dances though. The kids reps were there for the kids stuff, and we were there sort of for all the family activities. And in the evening we'd have to do the party dances, you know. We did that at Butlins.
That's the best thing as a parent on holiday. If you can get a kids club, like so the last family holiday we did, we hadn't used the kids club before, but then we found it, and that is a revelation. Yeah. Putting your kids in a little pen for a bit.
What's the maximum time you can leave your kids there?
Are you asking me, or is this a quiz?
You, just
is
like
this Columbo quiz?
How would you leave them there all day?
Nah, not all day. Just a couple of
At
hours.
the bar weeing and drinking
couple of
beer.
Hours in the afternoon, just so you can lay by a pool without having to like make sure nobody's drowning. That's nice.
Are you a sunbed reserver with your towel?
Good question. No, I don't believe in it.
I think
if I'm putting a towel down, I've got to get on it. There and then. I don't. My family, my wife's family are sunbed reservers, and I don't agree with it.
We used to have the holiday rep used to go around and take them off the pool. And
I wish they did that. They always say they're going to do that, but I've never actually seen it in action.
I've seen a few videos of people like 5 a.m. There's a scrum and they all run down to the pool, put their towels down. It's no way to live, is it?
It's not. Why didn't they just have more sun lounges?
Or just go to the beach. Or
my ideal holiday, just sit by a pool in another country.
But do you want to be right next to the pool, or do you want to be behind a row of people? Do you want to be looking at other people's thongs?
Nah, I do. No, I want to be by the pool because I like to get in.
Yeah.
I want some slides in the pool, and I want a man going around asking if you want a drink. And I want
not a lady. No,
it could be a lady.
Maybe. Could be a lady.
Yeah. But in my experience, it's Bob Marley.
Usually Bob Marley.
The Bob Marley guy.
When I worked in Corfu, one of the guests said to me the richest man in the hotel would be the guy that does the sunbeds on the beach. He used to get a lot of tips, and he basically used to see someone come in and get their sunbed ready and put a cushion on it, and that was it. But he used to get tip loads because he would put their sunbed where they wanted it. And
so you hire a sunbed and you put it there?
No, it was part of the hotel, so they had their own sunbeds, but the man used to just sort of put your sunbed where you wanted it and put like a cushiony thing on it, and he used to get loads of tips. That's what he did all day. He was a very leathery looking man.
Yeah, they always are.
That was his job.
And when you're out there for a while, do your feet get used to walking on hot sand?
Oh, I do. I am quite savvy.
That's lethal, the hot sand.
Yeah, I'm quite handy with the flip flops, and I've also got beach shoes as well. Because Fiji, I don't know if I mentioned I went to Fiji.
Yeah, Fiji.
It was quite hot
very
sand.
Basic holiday, wasn't it?
Very.
Was that some £9.50 holiday? Was that collect some vouchers from the newspaper, just go to Fiji.
They only had your classic cocktails there. I had a coconut cocktail and
no branded mixers.
I ordered I ordered a coconut cocktail, and she went, "We're just going to get whatever his name was. Let's call him, I don't know, what's the Fijian name? Dave. Let's get. We're just waiting for Dave to get you a coconut." And Dave went and got a coconut from the tree, and they cut the top off and put some spirits in it, coconut water, and put a straw in it. And I drank it from the actual coconut. That's authentic. That is.
Your idea of a basic holiday is different to mine.